Welcome everybody back to the Club FYNN DJ interview series. I have with me Kale. We're going to do some really dope DJ questions. You ready? First question. Tell us about preparing your set for Club FYNN.
Wow, that was something that I really had to think a lot about, and it was a lot of tracks that I had run through over the course of the past year that really I felt like fit the vibe that I wanted to go for, and it took a while and it took a lot of tries, but I once I finished it, I felt really confident that this is what I want to show.
Nice. How much of your library was things that you've had versus things new just for the show?
Um, there was not very much from my original library that I had to put in. There was some stuff that I was like, yeah, I want to show this off. I want to play this. But as far as adding stuff, I was definitely a lot of stuff that I had recently have been listening to, and like that's what I want. That's the perfect fit.
So, in general, what has your experience been in the VR DJ scene? And if you've done live events, what is your experience there, and how does it differ?
So as far as the difference between live and club events, it was only last year that I really started to poke my head into the VR club scene, and I kind of regret not joining into it earlier because there is a lot. There is so much. There are so many different clubs and so many different events and a lot of chances to just play and get your name out there. And as far as the difference between live events, I mean, the live events are really great because you can see the people interacting and you can kind of like see what's going on. VR, you can see that as well, but it's it's a different kind of energy, definitely.
For sure. Also, could be a little less sweaty too.
Yes.
But like as far as like VR events, I really enjoyed you at the Willie's Chocolate Experience. That was absolutely special.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a very impromptu, let's just there's a DJ board, there's a video screen, let's just throw down. So I just connected
And the
everything
picture
and
of an
went
actor
ham.
who doesn't know if they're going to get paid.
Yeah. Oh.
So let's roll back the clock here. What was your inspiration to begin spinning?
Oh boy. That goes pretty far back. That goes really far back. So if we're gonna put a year on that, it would probably be about back in 2008, 2009, when at the time my sister was dating a DJ, and he would spin vinyl and he would play like weddings and parties and events and stuff like
uh,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so like I got really interested. I'm like, I want to do this too. Like this is really cool. And my first ever thing that I ever played was for my friend's birthday party that he threw at his house, and I took my whole desktop computer and had Tractor on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun.
Newmark, right?
Yeah, yeah, because I didn't even have a controller at the time. It was just my desktop computer, all PC mixing.
I mean, there's a lot of people that do start with just the mouse keyboard mixing.
Yeah,
And I
and there's
think
nothing
systems
wrong with
like
that.
virtual DJs made it like a lot easier too nowadays.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm with there in the 2008 area. Hell yeah. So let's get a little bit more technical here. Tell us about like do you have any specialized techniques or how do you go about making your mixes?
So for me, it's more of just trial and error when it comes to making something that sounds right. If I want to have like something that's like a set list of a kind of like a plan, something planned, but if it's just impromptu, I'm just going through and listening and remembering like, okay, this is what this track sounded like, so maybe this will fit with it, and just a lot of like using loops, cues, and like just playing with the track and seeing how it fits in with the next track.
Kick ass. So like with when you're doing your looping, have you done much with like stems? Grabbing like a bass section from here, a horn section from here, and then just kind of like mixing matching, or is it just straight record to record loops?
So funny enough, I had actually been starting to get into that, and starting to kind of collect more acapellas and wanting to even just mixing, like even if there's another track that's playing, there might be some drums or something that I want to keep in, so I'll have that looping in the background and play another track while transitioning another track, and it just keeps it going, maybe 2 to 3 tracks playing at a time.
And the set's, your set is dope. Exciting. Ah, man. So, on that, with techniques and such, what's more about like your hardware, your current setup? Like, what software do you use? What systems?
So I feel like I basically bought this equipment just to start this off. Like Furality was going to be like the beginning of this, but my XDJ XZ I had just purchased, and because I had been using Rekordbox a lot anyways, so I went from Tractor to Rekordbox, and just figured, you know what, I'm just gonna upgrade and go all out.
You got the XZ for Furality?
Well, kind of, but more so for future use and using for
Right,
parties
right.
and to take other places as well.
But yeah, the XZ is very, very solid. I believe that's what Valent and Jahari use.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's been a
It's
great
heavy
tool.
as shit though.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to travel with it in the next week here.
We're a pro tip, get wheels.
Yeah.
Get a box with wheels. My SX2 does not have wheels and it's only 50 pounds, but no, you want wheels.
Okay. Good to know.
I always like to end the interviews with this last question because, as a DJ, I'm sure you get the question a lot of, people, how do I get into this biz? How do I start spinning records? And it's always kind of fun to reach back to the community, and kind of offer a little bit of advice. So in that line, like what like one piece of advice could you give somebody looking to start?
For someone looking to start, it's definitely looking at who inspires you and who you look up to and kind of seeing maybe how they do things. And that'll kind of help you figure out, okay, this is how I start my own style or how I do my own thing. Or maybe you even, get some inspiration from someone and do this similar stuff. And as far as that, I would say don't let anyone try to bring you down, because I know there's a lot of DJs in the scene right now. Like it's exploding, and you know I think the best thing is everyone can express themselves through these DJ sets. Like it's a part of them, and I think that's the best thing that there is right now, with everyone getting into DJing. And there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of DJs, because again, it's a way for people to express themselves and share their music and what they like.
Who are the DJs and other mixologists that you look up to?
Recently, I've been, looking at a lot of people like Matrida, San Pancho, who is it? Mao P, and even some of the smaller stuff that people might not know, like Rossi, Paza, and stuff like that. Kind of like more minimal stuff, and that's something that I've definitely been looking to get into too.
Yes. Are there anybody you'd like to shout out in the community that's helped you along the way or boosted you or do you look up to or
Oh gosh, that is that's tough. That's a tough one for me because I really owe a lot of my friends that have really told me to, you know, do, keep going. Um, Definitely other people that I've been like trying to help out too, like my friend Rave the Fear. Like I've been really trying to help him through, DJing, and he's been helping me too as far as like feeling like more confident about myself.
Very nice. Well, it was super great to have you, Kale. Thank you so much for putting up with me and my questions. Once again, the chocolates are going to help. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching the DJ interview series, and have fun at Club Finn. Complete.